In this day of age, it is easy to compare ourselves to celebrities and even people that surround us in everyday life. I'm always hearing people talk about these celebrities with the perfect lives and the perfect bodies and perfect personalities. And while they may seem to have everything put together and look flawless, this is a false reality. And even if they are more put together than some, this is not God's main focus, nor should it be ours. 1 Samuel verse 16:7 says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." A lot of harm comes from comparison. These negative thoughts and insecurities that feed from comparison are what hurt us the hardest. But what we focus on most is what God least focuses on. You can be the best looking person in the world and have all the money you could want, but without a good and pure heart, none of this is important. One of our main goals as Christians is to live like God and be more like Him. To do so, it's crucial to love everyone, including ourselves. From my own experience, letting insecurities take over and constantly feeling the need to compare myself to others is what keeps me from fulfilling this goal. If we were to quit the comparison, then maybe more of us will be able to get out of our own heads and spread the love of God. At church camp around a year ago, a wise leader of mine, whom I greatly look up to, made a very impactful analogy that has stuck with me ever since. She explained that when flies land on a sheep's head, they dig holes into their brains, which causes damage to them. But the shepherd puts oil on them to prevent this from happening. Just like the flies, the devil has his way of digging into our minds and producing these negative thoughts, while God acts as the shepherd and uses his word as the oil to repel the thoughts. The devil will do whatever he can to make us weak, putting us in our most vulnerable places. He takes advantage of us and uses our weaknesses to make us doubt ourselves. But if we continue to keep God as the focus of our lives, his protection over us will only get stronger. The more we read the Bible and the more oil there will be to protect us from the devil's evil ways. Personally, I'm someone who loves competition, so you could almost treat this as a competition between you and the devil. Falling into the devil's trap of comparison is how you lose. So to win, you must repel these thoughts and remind yourself that your heart is what truly matters. The Lord will use a pure heart to radiate beauty. This internal beauty will result in an external beauty that will leave people being inspired and seeing you as someone that they want to be like. Comparison kills, so overcoming this will result in a different type of beauty that will be everlasting. I cannot pretend that I do not struggle with this, but I'm testifying that taking this advice is effective. While I am still a work of progress, old me would be in disbelief over how far I have come and how fulfilled I have felt over the past year. Working on your heart is the first step in battling this fight with comparison and insecurity. I encourage you all, as well as myself, to be more like the Lord, and rather than just looking at one's physical appearance and assets, take into consideration their hearts and morals. Next time you compare yourself to someone else, I want you to ask yourself, what is their heart, and is it as perfect as their life appears? Because at the end of it all, beauty and money and all these things we desire are only temporary. One's heart is the only thing that will stay forever. So why waste your time always wanting something that isn't going to matter one day?